car vlog. Hope you guys and gals are having a wonderful day. I just left work, so I'm on the way home to get my babies. Nobody tells you today, remember that God loves you, Christ loves you, and I love you as well. God is great. Yesterday we celebrated our anniversary 3 as yesterday, January 19th. That marked 7 years ago of us winning. I'm sorry, I've read a text message. 7 years ago, January 19th, Press Start was our first show. It was our first show. What's up, Raphael? God bless. Press Start was our first show, January 1st, 2019. And I remember that it was very snowy. It snowed that morning and the night beforehand. And it was a whole bunch of snow on the ground. I remember that we rented my trainer's ring, and it was not in the best shape. I remember that getting the U-Haul, being nervous of driving the U-Haul. Like, I don't like driving cars that don't belong to me. So imagine driving a 20-foot U-Haul truck. And I was just petrified. But I do remember that the show was very long. I had a lot of matches. I've learned from then and also from other matches as well. But still, 7 years ago, it was great, and it was the start of something great. So, Robert Brown, what's going on, brother? What's going on? Lafayette in the building. Finn lost again. Yeah. I didn't watch nothing yet. Heard he had his old music, and they gave him the old ways of him not winning nothing. And I don't say that as a joke. What's going on, brother Robert? What's going on, y'all? Arshawn, what's up? What's up? What up? What up? Make sure you subscribe to this channel, the Take It Home podcast, where I talk about professional wrestling topics, and I put in my matches as Classic Alpha, professional wrestler of 13 years. March, it'll be 14 years. If the good Lord see me there, then we will be there. If not, I'm still loving this gift called wrestling. Look at the playlist. You can look at my playlist of matches all the way up from last year in December. It was my last match. Make sure you sub to that. Since you're in the subbing mood, we are talking about Anniversary 3. Make sure you subscribe to C3 Ultimate Wrestling. That is me and my wife's professional wrestling company. We're getting ready for our next show. But while we're doing that, you can look at our previous shows from last year. It was a great show. It was Fright Night. It was the 11th hour. It was Press Start 3. It was it 15? Yeah, 15 The Takeover was actually last year too. So make sure you look at those matches. I have them as playlists as well. And also get ready for February 21st, which is Big Business, BIG Business. It will be at Harold's private venue. Down here in Indiana. Tickets are on sale now on Eventbrite. They're $5 off. There'll be $5 more at the door. There's a big announcement that's going to happen this week too. So keep your eyes peeled. Keep your eyes peeled. 10 years losing. I understand. Let's talk about, all right, real quick. Finn, I understand. But to me, sometimes people show you how they value you. And Finn is a guy that people like. The internet love Finn. People love Finn. WWE don't care about that. So when WWE be like, we listen to the fans, they don't always listen to the fans. And I'm not even saying you got to listen to the fans all the time. But y'all have had a whole bunch of stories with Finn where he could have been a champion last night. I remember when him and Seth ran it back when Seth was the champion. And they were talking about, oh, well, Finn was mad at Seth because Seth was the reason why he had to vacate the title because he beat Seth for that title. I remember Finn coming out. He had like a painting on the scar that he had because of the injury he had. He had to get surgery. I remember all of that. And Finn still lost. So, that's how they gonna treat the man. That's how they gonna treat him. I think they're gonna put Finn in the same boat as Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens is gonna be a great contender, but he's not gonna win it. If he doesn't win it, it's gonna be something crazy. It's gonna be something crazy, honestly. Mr. IC comes, Mr. I can't book for nothing. Triple H getting CM Punk, Cody Rhodes, and Brock Lesnar. Honestly, we don't need to see them every week. I'm to the point where we don't need to see wrestlers every week. Cody more than Punk, because Cody's not a champion anymore. We don't need to see him every week. We don't need to. We honestly don't. Triple H says, listen to the fans multiple times in the first 2 episodes of Unreal. They don't want to listen. I can't watch Unreal, y'all. I'm sorry. I cannot look at Unreal. I cannot. When I saw the trailer, I was like, oh my gosh. And I know a lot of people are going to look at it because they're looking at a multi-million, billion-dollar company. They're going to try to see how they do things. But also, they playing in people's face. Triple H, Paul Levesque is playing in people's face. I ain't got time for that. That's why this video is called, Are You Serious? Paul, are you serious? If Cody and Punk ain't champions, then I get it. Yeah, they don't need, I mean, Punk, okay, cool, he has a decent reign, but most likely he's gonna keep that belt until Seth. Like, y'all gonna run it back by Braun? I don't even want to see Braun and Punk at this time. I want to see some improvement from Braun, honestly. And it's, you know, and Punk, you know, he's not a spring chicken anymore. He's CM grown man now. It's not CM Punk anymore. But still, Triple H, Paul. For the past few days, people have shared what he said on Unreal, speaking about R-Truth's release. Now, let me say this before here. A release is you're released from your job. It doesn't matter if the contract is not extended. It doesn't matter if it's not renewed. A release is release. And I say that because I know some people, even last year when some wrestlers was getting released, people was like, oh, well, technically they wasn't released. Their contract wasn't renewed. They are released from the company. They cannot come back on the premises. They're not going to be like, oh, hey, welcome, because you're not released. No, they are released. Can we stop? CM Punk is funny, by the way. CM Punk. That's who he is. I'm stealing that, Arshawn. I'm giving you a credit, though. CM Punk. CM Punk is CM Punk now. CM Punk. CM Punk. The best in the world at barbecuing with the sandals. But still, going back into... Now, you made me forget what I was about to say. Oh, released. Released. Release means fire. Release means, you know, pink slip, let go. That may sound like a safer way, but still. So we're talking about the R-Truth thing. And Triple H was like, oh, well, R-Truth's contract was up. And basically, they waited, or they wanted R-Truth to say, could y'all believe that? Heck, who believes that? WWE is known to do big major cuts when they don't need to because they're making record-breaking sales. So you mean to tell me that y'all were just literally waiting on R-Truth to just be like, hey, can I stay? Come on, man. What are we doing here? Y'all want people to, and honestly, that's a sick kink for them if they actually do this. Y'all want people to ask and beg and plead for their job when their contract is up? Because most of these people, let's face reality. Sometimes these new contracts is either more money or it's less money. We know this. Hey, we're going to give you less. Braun Strowman, he was making a whole bunch of money, but they got some kind of deal where he can come back almost anytime he wants or whenever they need him because he was making so much money. That's one of the reasons why he's still not there. He was making so much money, and he probably was like, yeah, I'm not about to take that. And you know, he could go to other companies. He won't go to AEW because he said stuff about him, but still, he can go to Japan. He can go to a lot of stuff. There's places they don't want him to go, and he will not go because he's loyal to them. But still, you mean to tell me that y'all was waiting on R-Truth, the guy who is a treasure to professional wrestling, a guy that people love, people laugh, a guy that people would have considered a for-lifer in WWE. You was expecting him to ask? When y'all are known, like y'all remember Battleground they used to show on the WWE Network? They used to show Laurinaitis and people telling people we're let go. They will call you. They will call you at home. Heck, CM Punk was fired on the day he got married to AJ Lee. And you mean to tell me that the company changed all of a sudden to the point to where all you got to do is ask, can I please stay? Get up out of here, man. See, and this is the problem with Paul. Paul thinks he's Vince. It's different. It's a different ball game now. Social media. People be knowing about people's contracts, and I'm like, where the heck do y'all find this information from? When Will Hobbs, Powerhouse Hobbs, Willie Hobbs, when his contract was expiring, people knew that it was going to expire the last day of 2025. How do y'all even know that? How do y'all know this? Who looks this up? Who's leaking this information? Hey dog, I got them contract extensions, man. I got these people. I can tell you some people that's gonna be gone, man. Like, who does this? Jericho, even WWE guys, Karrion Kross. How do y'all know that these people's contracts be up? R-Truth was different though, because he said he didn't. He said that they let him go, and he was let go, but they didn't extend his contract. And Triple H was like, oh well, Triple H, R-Truth made the tweet saying that he was let go and he wasn't released, his contract wasn't extended. Are you serious? R-Truth literally in the same clip said he was let go. They called him. They called this man. What are we doing here, man? What are we doing? Like, at one point, people just gotta be sick of being disrespected. All right, cool. You making record-breaking money, but that don't mean that you gotta disrespect people. And sometimes people will tolerate disrespect when they want certain things that they feel like a benefit from it. And this is the truth. This is the truth. Now, I'm not sitting here saying that you don't have to be a fan of WWE anymore, a big fan or whatever, but they're gonna lie so bad and believe it. Now, Vince was a liar too, notorious liar, but at least he believed what he said. Triple H is not believing none of the stuff that he's saying. Triple H is not a great mouthpiece for WWE. Triple H does not handle pressure very well. I think Nick Khan should be the mouthpiece, but the problem is they're not going to do that because Triple H is a family business. It's a family business. I think Stephanie's a better mouthpiece than Triple H, to be honest with y'all. I think she can handle the situations better with interviews and stuff like that. That for a little bit, they tried to do the thing where they had press, where they had people who had podcasts and stuff like that, and they cut that out with the quickness because Triple H couldn't handle the fire. He could not handle the fire. WWE is getting bad. I remember that. I gotta watch Unreal because they're exposing how embarrassing they really are. R-Truth, I think, got fired. He was fired. And I think that's the problem. It's like they're like, oh, he didn't get fired. His contract didn't get extended. He was released from his contract. He was fired. He couldn't come back. Get up out of here, man. They are apart when they decide to end negotiations. Wait for them to come back. Money means they can pay for it. And that'd be it too. That'd be like the negotiations. Like, hey, do you still want to work here? Well, we don't want to pay you this much. So if you want to work here, we'll do that. And some people take that. What's her name? It was a lady that was in NXT. She was like a soccer player or something. She left WWE, and basically she was saying that they wanted to pay her a lot less than what she was used to getting at any job that she was at. So she left. This was the same lady that Bubba Ray came out of nowhere. Oh, well, she left WWE because she didn't really want it, and she cracked under pressure. I'm like, fam, she literally said that they didn't want to give. What are you talking about? I hate, and I love older wrestlers and stuff, and shout out to Bubba and Tag Team and Devon and stuff, but I hate when some of these older wrestlers say that because, one, you don't know these people, two, you're not messaging these people and asking them, and three, you're going to go with a narrative because some people respect y'all so much that even when y'all wrong, they'll say y'all right, though. I love The Undertaker. That's my favorite wrestler. I think he's one of the greatest of all time. I have yet to listen to a whole podcast between him and his wife. I don't even know Matt, and I'm not even saying I'm sticking up for Matt, but that was some crazy stuff. And what I hear, it's not interesting. It's not interesting at all. And I'm sure Michelle is only there because Mark wants her there because he probably don't want to do it. And the only way he wants to do it with his old lady. Not mad at that. I ain't got to watch the product though, but still. Jasmine Nix, that's exactly who it is. Thank you, Arshawn. Jasmine Nix. They wanted to pay her a lot less than what she wanted to, and she left. And then Bubba Ray and some other wrestlers too. Oh, she didn't want the opportunity. Listen, as a wrestler myself, there are a lot of companies that come in. They come in with a lot of money. They bring in big wrestlers. They bring in celebrities. They do all of this stuff. And sometimes they do not want to pay wrestlers. They'll be like, it's just for opportunity. Oh, well, hey, this is to put your foot in the door. No, my foot is already in the door. I want some money in my wallet. You trust me. I'm 13 years in the game, and there's a lot of people that have been in the game longer than me. They'll tell you that they had to dang near scrap for their money because people's like, it's just an opportunity. I'm like, fam, you just started. WWE kind of do that too. Hey, you know, we're making toys. We put you in movies. We'll do all of this stuff. Oh man, we'll make you a star if you take this pay cut. I can't take no pay cut. I can't take no pay cut. I'm sorry. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. Oh, well, we'll make you a champion. I don't even care about that. I want my money. Foot in the door is cool, but let me put my hand in the door. Boom. Exactly. And that's the thing with even like WWE. Maybe they felt because she was new, she was going to take a pay cut. And I understand budgeting. Budgeting is very, very important. And trust me, as somebody who does something with C3, sometimes you do have to make decisions, but you got to be honest with those decisions, and you got to make sure it's the right decision to make. Honestly, it's big investments and then divestments, because you want to make sure you're either getting the money back, or you want to make sure that money is worthwhile investing in, which is very important. So still, with that being said, R-Truth should have never got released. I don't care that Road Dogg is crying and stuff, because, you know, Road Dogg was one of the reasons why R-Truth, who was K Quick at the time, showed up. Remember, they was rapping, "Get rowdy." Oh my gosh, I'm so old. I remember that stuff. And Road Dogg crying and being sad that his homie got let go, but he also said the same mouth. Basically, he's older, and you know, it's just a risk to basically book somebody that's that old. You know, R-Truth is, you know, been looking the same for like 30 years, but he's like, what, 50 something? Or high 40, one of the two. And it's like, still, you know. And then fast forward, and then, you know, from Marshawn was saying that they was trying to sell a whole bunch of stuff for R-Truth, and Paul didn't want nothing to do with it. That's why Paul shouldn't be creative if he's not creative. Paul Levesque is not creative. He's not a creative person. He's not creative. He's not creative. COO, okay, you a COO, but you're not cool. You're not a cool person because you're just not creative. Get after somebody else, man. Get after somebody else. Vince is known. People talked about Vince's creativity or lack thereof, to the point that where he'd throw away scripts hours before the show, and people had to scramble and make another script. Triple H just needs to flip the script and not do that. Find something else to do, bro. I know it's your company, but find something else to do, man. Find something else to do, man. Creativity can be very difficult, and it's more difficult when you aren't a creative person. Like, you are literally almost with Tony, bro. You're almost with Tony Khan. Y'all almost in the same boat of how y'all do certain things, how y'all answer things. It's Paul Khan. It's Tony Levesque. Somebody is acting like somebody else. Somebody. Road Dogg looked a hot mess, crying because he was scared to pitch ideas for Ron and John. It's an embarrassment to call yourself a professional at this point. Yeah, crying. And let's talk about something else. Now, I know Arshawn does not like these two women, but I'm going to say Caden Carter and, was it Casey? Caden Carter and Casey? Anyway, I believe Caden said that she had ideas of what she wanted to do. Like, she literally was trying to find a way to stay. She wanted to stay. She did not want to be released from her contract. And she said she had ideas, and they shut them down, and they released both of them. So that negates the, oh, well, I wanted them to stay or whatever. They was trying to find stuff. There's a lot of stories of wrestlers who were on the chopping block, and they was trying to do creative things. They was trying to pass things because they did not want to leave. They wanted to stay in WWE. Chris Kanyon, a lot of people are giving him his flowers for being a talented athlete, but he had a whole bunch of ideas he wanted to do. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say I agree with some of the ideas he wanted to do, but at the same time, at least he tried to do something. They didn't rock with him. So you're going to sit here and tell me that R-Truth has that kind of pull? Because if R-Truth does have that kind of pull, why did y'all release him? Why did y'all release this man? If he had that kind of pull, y'all couldn't have no kind of decency to call him and be like, hey, we are interested in y'all. Y'all are like, oh, well, it's up to R-Truth. Knock it off. Knock it off. Knock it off. What's going on in you, Pastor? We show support. Thank you. I appreciate it. You have a wonderful day. You have a wonderful day. Oh, Rent Syndicate about to be in the building. Rent Syndicate is in the building. And you about to get up out of here. So enjoy your time while you can. But anyway, not you, Inya, somebody else. But still, man, come on, man. What are we doing here, man? Paul don't need to speak that. And it's just like, I think that was one of the reasons why people stopped watching WWE around the time where Punk left, because it was like they felt like Punk was like the saving grace at the time. Now, I'm not saying that Punk is corporate, but Punk is a part of the problem that he would say. He would say that, okay, they focus on the older guys. They focus on the wrong guys. They're not pushing guys. But then CM Punk is doing this thing. I'm not mad at Punk. I'm just saying he spoke on the wheel. But even then, the same thing, to defend Punk, Finn is about as old as CM Punk or a little bit younger than him. So, people sometimes just want something fresh, or they want people to do the right thing. I do think that Finn could have possibly won the belt at least one more time. I don't think that he was going to win it, and I think that was the thing. That was the thing everybody was saying this whole week, was like, Finn ain't going to win. Bars. Finn ain't going to win. And then people was happy he got his old song back, but he didn't win. Gunther may retire AJ soon. I think it's a little too soon for it to happen. I think they should spread it out some if they are going to do it. I understand what they're doing with Gunther, but still, don't make it that repetitive. Slow down, in the words of Bobby V. Slow down. Thanks, Arshawn. Appreciate you. Thanks for the clip. We don't play, man. Look. We don't care about people having a difference of opinion about wrestling. We do try to keep it about wrestling. Sometimes I talk about stuff, other things like God, and I talk about a whole bunch of stuff, right? But what we're not going to do is we're not going to disrespect nobody. For real. We're not going to do that. So like I said, I'm grateful that everybody chill with me. They're rocking with me. Like I said, you ain't got to agree with me, but you're gonna abide by these guidelines and policies. You get what I'm saying? The Rent Syndicate don't play. You don't even get second chances like that unless I'm live enough, long enough for you to be out of timeout. By the time you get out of timeout, I done timed out this live. But still, Triple H, you wild. And I do not like personally when people try to lie or try to pull the wool over people's heads as if people don't have the technology to look at stuff and look at things and look at information, where we knew that R-Truth was let go, and it was a big thing. It was a shaker thing. So cool, you putting people together, you asking Rhea Ripley and you asking Cody Rhodes to get together and speak about, how did you feel about it? And then Cody said, we should just pay him or whatever, we'll pay him. That sounds nice, but the reality is a lot of people don't get that. And remember, R-Truth was released around the time I believe Dakota Kai was. Or Valhalla, one of them. And then they turned around and made it a storyline. So it's just like, dang, well, y'all gonna make all of this a storyline? And then they're trying to show, we're making things storylines. Look at us, we're doing this. Y'all shouldn't have did this show. This is not going to help Paul at all. Paul need help, man. Paul need help. I know you call your daddy. Call your daddy. You your daddy's son. You making some of the same things, repetitive things he did, but I think what he did was a little bit better. I'm not saying you got to get that man a job because the man nasty, but at the same time, you could still ask him for some advice. Because this ain't it, Chief. This ain't it. That's why y'all gotta subscribe to C3 Ultimate Wrestling, man. We don't disrespect the fans. We treat wrestling as a form of service. So not gonna sit here and say you're gonna like people there, but you're gonna like the show. We treat it as a form of service. We want people to bring their families and enjoy a show, have some food, and then they can leave and go do something else. Something that's gonna make people like enjoy it. A lot of people say they don't watch wrestling anymore. Either they got tired of it or they say they grew up out of it. But I promise you, C3 will bring that love for wrestling back. C3 will bring that old thing back. WWE is just too busy making money, and there's nothing wrong with that. They're just making money, but they're just disrespecting while they're doing it. AEW, the money is where the cons are, and they're just doing stuff, and whatever stick to the wall is stick to the wall. And I can't speak much on them like that because some people are saying that their shows are better. I can't even compare that much because I stopped watching WWE PLEs because I'm not paying $30-something for something that I ain't gonna like. The last PLE I saw was John Cena's last match. Am I going to watch Royal Rumble live? Maybe somebody invite me. I'm not about to watch that live. I ain't about to pay for that. I'm not about to. Speaking of, look like Saudi Arabia got that stuff. They got that stuff lit. Man, last week it didn't look complete. Now that thing looking real complete. They working on that. See, that's how Triple H backstage. Then he go on TV talking nice. You gonna be out here if you say something else. Straight syndicate. We live. We never fired anyone. What do you mean? We don't fire people. We just let their contracts lapse out. We just let people's contracts end. So we don't fire people. Like, what kind of mess? Like, come on, man. What are we doing? Like, people got to stop being disrespectful. It's not necessary at all. It is about money. WWE is more about money. Let me get something to drink. I got Kool-Aid Jammers. Don't judge me. I drink Kool-Aid Jammers. It's not pop, so y'all can't get mad at me. But it's cold in Chicago. But going back into it, it is about money, and they don't care. I haven't had a juice box, and either this is not a juice box. That's a Kool-Aid. Nah, but still, we at home, I still buy like Kool-Aid, these jammers, and then I like buy Capri Sun. Speaking of Capri Sun, they sell like kiwi strawberry and cool, whatever. They sell them as like a liter. Like you can get it like a big thing, and it tastes just like it. So I'm happy because if you guys know, like Minute Maid got like 3 different flavors of fruit punch. And the plastic container is different. In the box container, it tastes different. And then the small bottles, it tastes different. And we know that Minute Maid be doing that because it take a minute to make. Anyway, still, the prices took me out of Capri Sun over 10 years ago. Yeah, man. Especially now as a grown-up and as a father and looking at stuff, I'm literally like looking at prices all the time. And then it's just like this inflation stuff is so crazy. You'll be like, okay, my limit is 200, and then your limit, and then you wind up spending 300 because you miscount, because that just happens. So I definitely understand. That's why I do go to dollar stores more than anything to get like certain things, because like grocery stores, I have you spending like an arm and a leg and your firstborn for it. So I know this Coca-Cola in different countries tastes a lot better than America. Honestly, I feel like a lot of stuff tastes better than American stuff. Even fast food, the fast food there overseas and stuff, it's a lot healthier than what we have. We have dyes and colorings and phosphates and all of this other stuff that make food taste good. Food is supposed to taste good by itself, right? For example, like slightly seasons and stuff, right? Steaks, medium well here, judge not. If it's cooked properly and has great salt and a great amount of salt, I don't need no steak sauce. And then you can put some onions and mushrooms on it. Whoo-wee! I don't need no, with us, we like to make stuff taste good, and we also like to preserve it. Most of it is preservatives, which is very, very bad for you. It's very, very bad to have preservatives. Think about it. If this is supposed to make food stay fresh for a long time, imagine what it's doing in our insides when we consume it. Imagine that. Like, look at the stories of somebody buying a Big Mac and not eating it for 5 years, and it still looks good. No mold and no nothing. Not saying it's edible, but look at the presentation because of the stuff and the chemicals that's in it. It's not real food. As a person that still goes to McDonald's, it's not real food. It's good, not real food, but still. But still, going back to the Paul thing, man. Paul just got to be quiet. I think it's best for Paul to just sit down somewhere. Paul, sit down. Just sit down. You don't have to answer nothing. Cut off Unreal. Unreal is going to probably gets a lot of views because people do want to see how WWE works and they operate. But at the same time, I really felt like that kind of show wasn't necessary. And I am happy for the most part that Jim Cornette disagrees with it. Despicable Paul. That's his new name. See, we got CM Unk and Despicable Paul. Pathetic. But nah, man. Paul got to get it together. The only way, oh man, that Unreal show, man. Like, look, and I understand wrestling is like so exposed now. Everything is like so different now. So it's to the fact that like everybody speaks about everything, and even wrestlers. I see wrestlers; they'll go in their locker room and show people in the back. I mean, even look at the situation with Rajah Jackson, Rampage's son. He was streaming. He was streaming, and he went to the back. And then we heard more stuff about this was supposed to be a program. And then he literally was in the crowd saying he gonna F people up. Why did y'all kick this man out? Now this company, which is Rikishi's company, y'all not even part of the WWE ID anymore. And y'all that man did so much stuff to Psycho Stu. Psycho Stu retired from wrestling. Come on, man. That's what I'm saying. I know things, just because things are exposed doesn't mean you have to expose yourself. That sounds crazy, but you guys know what I mean when I say it. It's exposed. So, well, let me tell you how we do this and how we do that. What they're trying to do is they're trying not to put blame on one person. They're going to be like, hey, if you're mad at everybody, be mad at everybody else. And I'm like, nah, fam. If you were the head of the whatever, you the head of the company, and you say you're doing this because of ABCD, fam, we going to be mad at you, bro. We're definitely going to be mad at you because you need to work on that. Muzz been waiting for a wrestler to run WWE properly and stuff. Muzz been wanting a wrestler to run a wrestling company for a long time. Even in WCW, when WCW was going through their financial things, they hired a manager from Pizza Hut to be to run it. Mind you, Dusty Rhodes was literally right there. Dusty Rhodes wanted to do it, but they said no. They didn't trust that wrestlers would do it. And then honestly, when wrestlers did run it with Eric, they ran it to the ground. But still, pathetic. Terrorizing. Paul Thetic is terrorizing. If you guys don't know, that was his WCW name, terrorizing. Paul Thetic, terrorizing. He is terrorizing. But I am here at school, so I do want to prep for this and stuff like that. I gotta decide if I want to go to the store real quick before I get my baby later. But I hope you guys and gals have a wonderful day. Thank you guys for rocking with me. Shout out to you, Arshawn, Robert Brown, Raphael, everybody else. I know Enya was in and out. So shout out. Rajah they said that he's supposed to be serving time. Now I don't know if he's there or not. I don't know if they're doing other court or whatever like that, because he did turn himself in. At one point they was looking for him, but then he turned himself in. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But hope you guys and gals have a wonderful day. This is Chris Classic. Let's take it home.